Hi, Lauren Bicker and Tim Franz here for Making Team Projects Work. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing great, Lauren. Great to talk with you again.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we have the opportunity to do this because today we're actually going to be talking about our approach to making team projects work. And we're going to start by talking about the model that actually describes that process. So, Tim, could you give us a little overview of what that is?
So the overview model really comes from engineering, and it's the input, process, output system model of how groups work. And what this says is that there are things that come into the group at the beginning. These are the inputs, the things that happen before working as a group. And then there's the things that happen in the middle. This is group process and the most important part of group work. And then there's the things that we really care about, the outputs, the end products, what we get out of group work. We're going to be talking more about the processes and the outputs in other blog posts. Today, we're just going to introduce the inputs. Lauren?
We're going to talk about the inputs as things that professors and teachers should be doing before they even get their groups together in their classes and start the actual project. So the first thing is going to be figuring out how to put the people together in teams. And we're going to be talking about ways to do that that include not allowing students to pick their own teams. That is a surefire way to have issues with your team projects. And so that's the first input that you need to consider. The second one is task. Tim?
Well, with the task, really, it's not just taking an individual task that you've done before for people and students in your classes and giving it to students. It really takes time to design a specific task that's difficult and challenging and requires different skill sets and a level of interdependence and interaction. And we'll talk more about this in the future for really digging into how to create a team task. Lauren, want to talk about the context?
I do, because a lot of people ignore the idea that these teams are taking place in the context of a physical space, a psychological space, a cultural space. There are a lot of things that impact the way teams work together, even things as simple as the way the seats are arranged in your classroom, but also what else is happening at the time? Are there things going on at your school? Are there things that are going on out in the world that are impacting your students? And so we're going to be talking a lot about context. And this is just a very brief overview to show you that there's a lot of structure behind our approach to making team projects work. And it's a lot more than just putting those groups together and giving them an individual task that they should be working on for the semester. So thank you for joining us today. And Tim, I look forward to talking to you next week.
Yep, next week, we'll talk more about these things. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks.